Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a video that I haven't done in a long time, but it is a fan favorite, and that is a bookstore vlog. So we're gonna head to the bookstore. There are a few books in mind that I have been keeping my eye on. I have a few gift cards, and maybe we'll also turn this into like a little bit of a reading vlog. Maybe I'll read one of the books that I get from this trip. But yeah, let's get into it. It's book haul time. So it is the next day and it is officially time to talk about all the goodies I got at the bookstore yesterday. All of these books were highly anticipated reads, or they have been new releases that I've been keeping an eye out for a very long time. I'm really trying to stop impulse buying when it comes to books, mainly because I'll be super excited about getting the book and then it will sit on my shelf for like months, years, whatever, and the anticipation to read it kind of just dies. So I have been very intentional when it comes to purchasing new books. They're mainly books that I know I'm gonna be reading very soon. But the first book I got was Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. This is her newest release, and as you know, Abby Jimenez is probably one of my favorite authors ever. I love every single thing she writes. She is basically like Emily Henry type of love when it comes to like authors for me. I'm pretty sure that this book is part of the interconnected standalone series that she has going. The one with Part of Your World, Yours Truly, and then Just for the Summer. I honestly don't really know what this book is about. I'm pretty sure it's a second chance romance, kind of a right person, wrong time situation, which kind of gives me Just for the Summer vibes. That's like kind of the main trope in that kind of book, but I think there is some like time jumping because this is a second chance romance. I'm pretty sure it's also a summer romance, just like by the cover, but knowing Abby Jimenez, I don't think the like summer setting is going to be very much emphasized, mainly because Just for the Summer obviously is a summer romance. I really didn't get a lot of summer vibes from that book. It's definitely a book that you could pick up at any point of the year, and that's something that I wish I would have known sooner, because I was honestly putting off reading that book because I wanted to read it during the summer, or just like in months that are like warmer, not in the dead of winter. But I'm not gonna lie, I have been seeing some mixed reviews on this book. I feel like Just for the Summer also had quite a bit of mixed reviews, but honestly, for me, Abby Jimenez has never ever put out a miss, so I'm pretty sure this could be a 5-star contender. Who knows? The next book that I got was Out of the Woods by Hannah Bowman Young. This is the second book of her like interconnected standalone series. I don't really know what it's called, but the first book is Out on a Limb, and we do see this couple quite a bit, Sarah and Caleb, and basically the main trope in this book is a marriage in trouble. I think that's what it's called. Correct me if I'm wrong. Or marriage in shambles. I have no clue. But basically, Sarah and Caleb have been together since like high school. They have basically like grown up with one another, and because they have kind of gone through these different stages of life with one another, they kind of have lost little parts of themselves and their individuality outside of the relationship. And that's kind of why Sarah has been having doubts, not with her marriage, but mainly with herself and her self-identity. And so they are like going on like some sort of like couples retreat in the woods to like kind of repair the relationship, but also to find themselves along the way. I absolutely loved Out on the Limb. It was honestly such a surprising read for me, mainly because that book centers around a surprise pregnancy, and I really don't love that trope. I just really loved how she dealt with that kind of unpopular trope. I also really loved the disability representation, and that book really just like showed me how much I love Sarah and Caleb. So it does kind of hurt my heart that their marriage is not doing well, but I'm really excited to read and like find out how they repair that relationship. This will also be my first ever time reading a book with that trope, so I'm really excited to see like if that's a trope that I enjoy or not. It's also fairly short, especially compared to like Say You'll Remember Me, so I am excited to have like kind of a short, fun romance on the table. I really don't know if I should be calling it fun because it's literally about a marriage in trouble, but like any romance book in my head is going to be fun because I just love reading romance books. So the final book of my book haul, I know it's kind of a short book haul, but like I mentioned earlier, I'm trying to really be intentional when it comes to my book buying habits, and that unfortunately kind of means no more bulk book hauls, unless maybe I do like a collective book haul of small book purchases that have built over time. But our last book is Fearless by Lauren Roberts. This was a highly anticipated read, and it was kind of the reason why I wanted to go to the bookstore. Like I did have gift cards, but I was really hoarding them because I wanted to go after graduation because I am a senior in college. But after seeing everyone's excitement and reactions to Fearless, I was like, okay, maybe I do just need to make a Barnes trip real quick and just get a copy so I can read it immediately. Powerless is a YA fantasy, and it's about Peyton. She lives in this kingdom where it is basically illegal to not have powers, and the people who don't have powers are called ordinaries. Our other main character, Kai, is like the future enforcer, so basically his job is to get rid of all the ordinaries. So it is very much a enemies to lovers kind of trope. There also is an aspect of a deadly competition in the first book. Like I mentioned earlier, I absolutely loved the first book. It was a 5-star read for me. However, Reckless, the second book in the trilogy, wasn't what I was really expecting. It was really much a filler book, and that makes me so sad to say. And I think the thing that like hurts it the most in my head is the fact that the huge plot twist kind of got spoiled for me. So it didn't like have that like, oh my gosh, shock factor, which is kind of why I look on that book and I'm like, it was okay. Like obviously I liked it because I love Peyton and I love Kai, but like it was just okay. So going into this book, I am a little bit apprehensive. However, there is still that like excitement, anticipation, because so many people have like spoken so highly about this book and just like say it's a great ending for the trilogy. So I'm very excited. I don't know if I'll be reading it in today's vlog just because it is pretty thick. I'm pretty sure it's like 500 or 600 pages, and it is finals week for me. So I don't know if my schedule is going to allow me to read a chunky book like this, but it will definitely be in a future reading vlog, if not this one. So those are all the books I got from Barnes & Noble. I do think I am going to be reading either Out of the Woods or Say You'll Remember Me in today's video, so stay tuned for that, but I need to go to the gym, so we're going to take a small intermission for that, and I will see you guys in a bit. So it is the next day and I have started Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. It has been raining all day, so the vibes are unmatched. Okay, gloomy weather, especially rainy weather, is the perfect reading atmosphere, okay? I will say, if it's gloomy weather and I have plans, canceling them. Like, I cannot leave my bed when it's like cozy and rainy. Like, no. No, thank you. If I need to be productive, I need like sunshine, happy weather, because if there's one thing about me, it's that I love an excuse to stay in bed, to stay home, because I'm such a homebody. Once I'm out, I'm fine. I'm totally okay. But leaving the house is so hard for me because I just love my bed. I just love being cozy, okay? And I feel like rainy weather just like amplifies the coziness so much. But I am 70 pages into this book and I am enjoying it. I'm really trying to have an open mind because of all the mixed reviews that this book has been getting. I think I've mentioned this earlier in my book haul, but people either love this book or they hate it. And I just really want to have an open mind so I can form my own opinions and not like let other reviews sway me. I've been really trying to stay off of like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube when it comes to this book because one, I don't want like any spoilers, and then two, I just don't want to hear negative things and then only have that negative thing in my head, because I feel like that happens to me so much. I'll be like, oh my gosh, this book is a 5-star, and then I'll read Goodreads reviews, and then I'll read like the negative reviews, and then I'll be like, oh well, maybe they were right because this and this and this. Like, no, like, girl, you loved the book, like, period, end of sentence, we're done. Like, you don't need to go back and change it like 4.75. Like, no. If it's a 5 stars, it's a 5 stars. Like, it is a feeling. I think Emmy says that a lot. 5 stars is just a feeling, and I felt that to my core. So I'm just trying to like read this book like how I would if I was like in middle school back in the day when social media wasn't really a thing for me, and you would just like go to Barnes and like pick up a book and that was it. Like, I'm just trying to go back to my roots, if you will. So Samantha, our main female character, her mom is sick, and the chapters where she is interacting with her mom and is kind of like noticing all the ways that her mom has changed because of her illness. Her mom has dementia, by the way. I don't think that's like a huge spoiler. It is literally heartbreaking. I feel like Abby Jimenez is doing a great job of portraying what it feels like to have a loved one that is struggling with dementia, and then how it affects you, but like also your family dynamics. I don't know. It is very much a real issue, a real scenario that a lot of people are going through, but it like literally breaks my heart. It is so hard to read. I literally had to take a break. I had to put down the book and walk away for a minute because it was just so heavy. Like such a hypocrite saying this because I went on a full-on rant about how I wasn't gonna let other people's opinions sway my own, but Destiny Sidwell, she was so right about all the Rhysand mentions and references. It takes me out of the book so much and they just feel so unnecessary. I don't know. I'm just not vibing with it, unfortunately. it is the next day and I am 40% through Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez, and I am on a mission today, guys. I am finishing this book, okay? I'm a little amped up just because I just finished my last ever final, so I am officially done with college. All I have to do is walk the stage and get my diploma. But yeah, I feel like what is a better way to celebrate being done with school than finishing a highly anticipated read? So that is exactly what we'll be doing today. So I'm just gonna shut up so we can get to reading. Absolutely love Xavier. He just warms my heart, honestly. I love that he knows what he wants and he's not afraid to like put in the work to get that romantically, but also like in his personal life with like his work and his clinic. Additionally, I love the two women that he employs at his veterinary clinic because they just crack me up because he's kind of like a standoffish person. I don't know, he like has all these walls built up because of what he's been through, and they kind of know this and they still like make an effort to like goof off with him and like joke around with him, and you kind of see him like defrost a little, and I love it. I smell conflict brewing and I am not happy about it. Not at all. Do not let this cover fool you. It is not a happy-go-lucky, summer beachy romance. This book is low-key depressing. It's sad. Insensitive, but I could fix all their problems right now if they would just let me. If I could just insert myself into this story and slap these two characters silly and then tell them what to do, all their problems would be solved. They wouldn't have to go through this heartbreak and everyone could be happy, especially me. Actually so mad right now with how things are going and where they're headed, not just with Xavier and Samantha's relationship, but with Samantha's family. Like, they're actually making me so mad right now. So it is the next day. It is also the last day of this reading vlog because I finished reading Just for the Summer yesterday. After finishing the book, I honestly just had to like take a step back and collect my thoughts and feelings because I think I've mentioned this quite a bit throughout the video, but this book has a lot of positive reviews, but it also has a lot of negative reviews. So there isn't really like a general consensus, and going into this book, I really wanted to have an open mind. I didn't want the negative opinions to sway me from enjoying this book. However, there were things that I really liked about this book and there were things that I really did not love. Let's start off with the negatives because I want to end on a positive note. So I honestly did not like the ending for this book, and maybe that's just because I have never struggled with a loved one having dementia. So it's really hard to be like, oh, I would have done this when you're not actually in that situation because you don't have the emotional attachments and all the other stuff going on. However, the ending just kind of fell flat for me. I felt like both of the main characters didn't really get fully what they wanted in the end. Like, they got their happy ending, obviously, because it's a romance book. However, it didn't seem like the best ending, and maybe Abby Jimenez did that on purpose because it is definitely a bit more realistic than maybe what I was hoping for, but also I feel like the main two characters had to compromise a lot, not just in their relationship, but in their careers, that it kind of just really bugged me. And it kind of bugged me that her family was just so okay with it, if you know what I mean. I'm really trying not to spoil anything. So if you've read the book, you know. Maybe we can chat about it in the comments. Just make sure you put like a spoiler warning, but I just didn't love the stuff that her family made Samantha give up in the end, is what I'm just gonna say outright. That was the main thing I didn't like. I didn't love all the TikTok references. They talked about like, oh, like, would you still love me if I was a worm, and Resand in the Night Court, and like some sort of TikTok couples challenge. It just kind of like takes me out of it. I understand social media exists, however, I don't like it being thrown into my face a lot. Like, the references were quite a bit. Those were the main two things that I didn't love. I guess one thing that was just because of how the book was handled and how their relationship was handled was that I really didn't feel like we got to see a lot of the main two characters together, but I guess it goes back to the quality over quantity. Even though they didn't spend a lot of time together, when they did spend time together, they like really emotionally bonded. It was enough for them to have like a deep emotional bond. I actually wasn't that disturbed by the insta-love. Normally, I don't really like insta-love tropes. They come off really annoying. However, I honestly didn't notice it because I felt like their chemistry was actually really good. And even though their meet cute wasn't that cute, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't love the whole cat not having a butthole thing, but it is kind of quirky, it is kind of fun, it's outlandish, it's very Abby Jimenez. Like, I think in one of her books, a dog jumps through someone's like sunroof and that's how she meets the main male character. Like, it doesn't seem out of the ordinary for Abby Jimenez to write something like that, so I'm just gonna let it slide. But I think some people were talking about how their meet cute, it was so like, oh, do you want to go on a date? Yes. Like, it was just so like dry. But honestly, I think the main male character is kind of a dry person. He's just very straight to the point. He's gonna tell you how it is or things like that. And I think it kind of made sense for his character to just be like, I like this girl, I'm gonna ask her out, and end of story. You know what I mean? Like, I think that was fine. Things I did like, I really loved our main male character, Xavier. Loved him to pieces. I think I mentioned this earlier in like a reaction kind of clip, but he just does everything in his power to make it work. He knows that Samantha cannot be the one that got away, and he actively puts in the work to make sure that the relationship is progressing. And I think that really just showed throughout his chapters. Samantha, I felt like she did her part in the relationship, but she wasn't putting as much energy as Xavier, but that's also because of her circumstances. She was going through a lot. Like, it is very much right person, wrong time kind of thing. Overall, I think this book is a 3 stars for me. I liked it. I would recommend it, but is it my favorite romance book? No. Is it my favorite Abby Jimenez book? No. But I think it's very realistic. I think it's kind of like a slice of life. And yeah, I don't know. It's just a 3. I would recommend it. Average rating. It was good. I'm glad I read it, but it did kind of let down my expectations just because I love Abby Jimenez and I feel like all her books have been like a high 4 stars. So it is a little disheartening that this book didn't hit for me as hard as I thought it would, but I'm glad I read it. Like, I didn't want to DNF it. I'm not super angry about things. Really what got me was the ending. I think if I liked the ending a little bit more, I probably would have rated it higher. But yeah, the ending just like didn't do it for me, unfortunately. But maybe that's just because I'm an optimist. And so I just wanted something different for Xavier and Samantha. So I think I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. I've seen a few other people do this, but if you've made it all the way to the end, make sure to leave a heart in the comments so I know that you're a real one. And yeah, if you've made it to the very end, you are a special kind of person and I love you. I also have a Bookstagram and a book talk. I am in the midst of moving, so content might be a little bit sparse, but I probably will be posting moving updates, life updates, reading updates, all that jazz still. So make sure to go follow me on these other platforms to stay posted on what I'm doing on a daily basis, I guess. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos. I am officially done with school, so I have a lot of fun videos planned. I'm hoping to post a lot, like maybe twice a week a lot, who knows? But yeah, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.